welcome back. We have a 60-minute lower body class coming at you. So for today's class, you will need weights, a mat, a chair, and then whatever kind of mini band you have available. If you don't have bands, I will show variations using weights, or you'll just have to do body weight for today. They are fairly inexpensive on Amazon or even at Target, wherever you shop. So they're not a huge investment if you want to purchase them for future classes. But again, they're not required, and we can make it work with or without them. All right, let's get into our scripture verse for today. What faith prompts you to do. So our scripture verse comes from 2 Thessalonians 1:11. So we keep on praying for you, asking our God to enable you to live a life worthy of his call. May he give you the power to accomplish all the good things your faith prompts you to do. So, give some context here. Some of the Thessalonians misinterpreted Paul's first letter and needed to be redirected. He charged them to live ready for Christ's imminent return. So they quit their jobs, lived idly, and waited around to be snatched up into the air. Paul followed up with the second letter, urging them to live ready while living responsibly. They were tasks to complete, needs to meet, people to love, and God to serve. We have work to do, and how we steward our lives and our God-given assignments here directly impacts how we'll live out our eternity. Paul prayed they'd not only fully engage their faith and live robust lives, but that God would give them the power to accomplish everything their faith prompts them to do. The power to accomplish translates this way: miracle power, moral power, excellence of soul, power resting upon forces to abound, furnish supply, render complete, filled to the brim. My faith prompted me, the author, to attend writer conferences, to go on several mission trips in spite of my fears, and to sow generous amounts of money back into the kingdom. With each faith step, I've experienced God's power and provision. I've developed an appetite for faith. How about you? What is your faith prompting to you to do? My faith, for me, Sarah, prompted me to start fitness classes that focus on Jesus, which is countercultural, right? Not everyone's into that. That's not going to draw the big crowds like, I don't know, something at Lifetime Fitness where they're beach body ready, maybe. But whatever your faith is prompting you to do, I pray that you have the courage to live it out. All right, warm it up. We're going to touch it out to start. All right, we're going to kick our butt. Great job. If you want to take it up a notch for the warm-up, you can speed it up a little bit. If you need to stay low impact, stay where we just were. All right, we're going to come back to that step touch. All right, we're going to take knees up. Nice and slow to start. Get them up as high as you can. You should almost feel a little stretch in that glute as you lift them up. All right, if you want, speed it up. Don't get too crazy here. We're just warming up. So I don't want you to go into like high intensity intervals right now. Remember that low impact option is there. Back to that step touch. All right, we're gonna lift our legs side, each side. Getting those glutes ready for what's gonna come. If you're struggling with your balance at all,
You can always put a chair right in front of you. Whew. My legs are so sore. I'm a little nervous for what's to come. We got this though, right? All right, we're gonna swing our leg forward and back. I'm gonna hold on to the wall while I do this, but it is possible to balance. So don't fret if you don't have anything to grab nearby. Go ahead, switch to the other leg. Just kicking forward and back. And it's more of a leg lift than an actual kick because we are trying to warm up that hip joint. Get it nice and warm and lubricated before we kick our booties today. All right, take those feet wider than hip distance. We're gonna squat it out. Keep that chest lifted for me. All right, hold it down here. Straighten out those legs. Drop those hands. Lift it up. Drop it down. Lift it up. You can always slow this down if it bothers you to go up and down so quickly. We're just getting a little hamstring stretch through a dynamic movement. All right, we're gonna come back to that squat. I'm gonna turn to the side. We're gonna round the spine up like you're stretching like a cat. And then exhale, push all the air out, push your chest out. Inhale, round up the back. Exhale, push out the chest. Apparently words are hard for me today. It's just a standing cat-cow. We do this in most classes. Want to get that back warmed up, because we will be doing a move that involves a little bit of the low back. Want to have some mobility going on in there. All right, take a long stride for me. We're going to actually start with one knee down, and then lift it up, and then lunge. That down first to set you up. So you do where to go for your lunge. One more. Go ahead and switch. Same thing. Drop that knee all the way down so you're kneeling. Then bring it up, down, and up. All right, I just want you to march it out here while I show you our first move. All right, so for this first move, grab a heavier weight if you're using weights. You have two options here. You can use a chair and lift your foot onto it, or I'm gonna show the other option where I'm gonna put all my weight into my right leg. So all my weight's gonna shift there. I'm gonna be on my tippy toes of my left foot. And then I'm gonna squat it down and up. Now you can use both weights. I just only grabbed one at first.
3, 2,
all right.
1, rest.
So you choose. If you wanna put it all the way up on a chair, you can, but let's go. Either way, that left leg is more of a kickstand. It is not doing the work. It could even hover if you had the balance, or you can lift it up onto a chair so it's completely out of commission. So your stance is going to be a little bit staggered to prevent you from using that left glute.
3, 2, 1.
And go ahead and rest. Woo! All right. For round two, that left foot's still going to be up. You're going to bring it down into a squat, and we're going to hold it there.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Isometric.
So those weights can rest up on your shoulder if that feels okay for you, or they can just be in your hands by your sides. Sink it down nice and low. So we're not up here, we're down here. Check in with that knee. Make sure that right knee is behind your right toes. Sink it down a little lower. Your right glute should be burning. 10 more seconds here. Woo! I'm shaking already. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we've got pulses next. So same thing. 1 foot up. Pulse it out here.
3, 2,
I'm gonna do this one without my weights. Here we go. So, I didn't grab my weights this time, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't. I just wanted to demonstrate for anybody at home who maybe doesn't have weights that you can still feel this move without adding any extra resistance. But if you have weights at home, I encourage you to add them as you feel ready. 10 more seconds here, keep pulsing. Woo! It's burning.
3,
2, 1, and rest. All right, go ahead, shake that leg out. We're gonna go into a single leg squat with the left leg this time. So now this time, can be up on your tippy toe, or if you want, you can just rest your foot on a chair and squat that way. It really doesn't matter which way you do it. Either way, you're setting all that weight back into only one glute. Whatever weights you use for that first round though, make sure you use the same ones for the other side. All right, here we go. Woo. So I don't know how well this shows up. I'm gonna turn to the side a little bit. All that weight is going into that left leg as I sit down. Whew. Those weights could also be at your side. Just make sure if they are that you're not caving your chest in. And rest. What I mean by that is rounding those shoulders forward. They should stay back. Chest is lifted like you're proud. You should be proud. Keep that chest up like you are. Here we go. Whew, left leg again. Hold it down, isometric. Again. That right leg could be up on a chair if you find yourself putting too much weight on that right leg. Woo! But it's not a requirement, okay? Sink it down a little deeper. Check in with that core. Make sure it's still engaged. Brace it up like you're expecting a punch, okay? Woo! 10 more seconds here. You might be shaking already. I know I am. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. All right. Keep your weights, but I didn't use them for the pulses on my right side, so I'm not going to use them on my left side, just so my legs aren't lopsided, right? Here we go. Little 1-inch movement up and down. And remember, I do regular movement, isometric pulses through each movement that we do. But if you ever just feel like, I can't handle a pulse right now, go back to that round 1 movement and take the pulse out. That's totally fine. Just do the same thing on both legs. That's all I ask. Woo! It is burning so much. My standing leg is shaking. And rest. Like the one that really wasn't working. All right. For our next move, we're gonna do single leg deadlifts. We're gonna go back to our right leg as our planted leg. Our left leg is gonna lift up as we hinge forward from the hips. So those shoulders are up, back and down. And to come down, I hinge from the hip and come up. Maybe you struggle with balance. Just take one weight. The other hand will come on a chair, a wall, and you'll hinge from here. All right, here we go. Now, when I said the right leg, you did the left leg. Don't worry about that. We're gonna do both legs. So, you're in luck. You'll just do the other one the next time. Woo! So you're gonna feel this move in that posterior chain. A little through those hamstrings, glutes, and low back too. And rest. All right. For this next round, we are gonna hold it down. So you're gonna come down into this deadlift and hold it here. Here we go. So check in with your shoulders. Make sure that they're not caving forward. Keep them back. Your leg doesn't have to be super high. So mine's like medium, but maybe yours is down here. That's okay. The leg height doesn't matter as much as the hinge from the hip. Woo! I think if I did this whole workout with no weights, I would still be hurting at the end. Woo! And rest. Woo! All right. We are going to go back to the first up-down movement. We're not going to pulse because we're engaging that low back. All right, here we go. If you preferred that isometric movement, you could always go back to there. That's okay. Square up that chest. Make sure those shoulders are back and they're away from those ears. Woo! Check in with that core. It's going to help you balance if your core is tight. Woo! Keep it going for me.
3, 2, 1.
And rest. All right, we're going to do the same thing, just on the other leg. I'm going to disappear for just a second, but I'll be right back. I constantly forget my water upstairs. Whew. All right, get ready with the other leg. Your right leg is planted this time. Left leg is gonna lift. Here we go. I said that backwards. Left leg is planted. Right leg lifts. You know what I meant, right? Hopefully. Whew. Talking is just really a struggle for me today. We'll get there. Luckily, you guys show me lots of grace and love me despite my limitations and difficulties with talking. Whew.
3, 2, 1.
And rest. All right, isometric for this next one. So you're gonna hold it down with that leg up. If you've ever done a yoga class, it's like a warrior 3, except for the weights are gonna be down by your knee.
2.
Here we go.
Isometric.
See if you can flex that foot that's lifted. Check in with those shoulders again. Make sure they're back. So you have these weights dangling in front of you. So your shoulders are gonna naturally wanna come forward. So you have to actively resist that. Check in with that core. Make sure it's still engaged. Again, if you're struggling with the balance part, just grab a wall and switch to just using one weight. Or grab a chair. Whew. And rest. right, we're gonna go back to the top. That up, down, unless you just really like holding isometrically. Whew, but you're gonna get a little bit more out of it. You move up and down. Here we go. Whew. You see this? Like I'm just wobbling over here. That's okay though. If that's you, tell yourself right now, it's not a problem. There's no shame in wobbling. The only thing I don't want you to do is to give up. Rest. We don't give up. We don't surrender. All right. Grab your band next. You can just set your weights off to the side. Make sure I got the right one. You change the intensity with this depending on how heavy of a band you're using. The band is going to go above the knees. If you don't have a band, that's okay. You can still do the movement. We're going to lift our right leg. So that left leg is going to plant, and we're going to lift it up and down. Here we go. Again, maybe you're struggling with your balance. You grab a chair or a wall, and then guess what? Balance is out of the question. You don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to do this. Keep going. Here's a really good idea if you are struggling with that. You have it there. Hover your hand just above that chair so you're still getting that balance effect in that standing leg. But if you feel like you're going to fall, it's right there. Go ahead and rest. Second round is that isometric hold. So you're going to bring this leg up as high as you can and leave it there. Your glute is probably going to burn. Here we go. I'm not going to lie. This workout is very glute-centric today. There's still other body parts we're working, but the glutes get hit pretty hard today. That's either good or bad, depending on how your workouts went this week or what your goals are. But I will admit, it's pretty glute-centric. Woo! Don't let that leg fall. It's going to want to fall. Lift it back up. 3, 2, 1. Not that I'm counting. Rest. Woo! All right. Pulses are next, okay? So you're going to lift it up and pulse. Do as many pulses as you can. Take breaks if you need them. But here we go. You're going to notice, yes, we're lifting that right leg, but that left leg is probably burning too, right? The downside to having, keep going, to having that chair is you'll notice you might start to lean a little bit more than you would otherwise. Try to stand up as tall as you can, even with the chair there to balance you.
3, 2, 1.
And rest. Woo! Do me a favor, shake those legs out. Let the blood start flowing again. When we pulse, we're trapping blood in that muscle. So you gotta let it flow back up again. We're gonna do the other side. We're blessed with 2 legs, so we're blessed enough to work on both, right? It's a blessing and a curse. Only a curse right now because we have to move both of them. But it's a blessing every time we walk or do anything else with both legs. All right, here we go. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. You got it. Do me a favor. Keep that chest lifted and as squared as you can. Try not to hunch over like this. Try to stay up tall and lift that leg. Bonus, if you're able to do that, you might get a little oblique crunch in there. If you're all the way over here, lifting it up, you won't. If that's the only way you can keep going, you're not going to injure yourself by leaning over. Rest. It's more, I want you to get the most bang for your buck. All right. Isometric hold is next. So get ready.
3, 2,
1. Here we go.
isometric.
Woo! Those quads are feeling it too. I started my first in-person class with a mask on. I've been doing water aerobics, but since being vaccinated, this is my first time with a mask, and my body is feeling it today. Woo! Probably didn't help that it was 2 classes back to back, but it's neither here nor there, right? We're almost there. Keep it up. Keep that leg up. Go ahead and rest. Do me a favor. Wiggle those legs a little bit. Maybe shake the booty. Get that blood flowing again. If you got to tap those legs to get that blood flowing, you can do that too. Get ready. Pulses. I know you're excited. Let's do this. Come on. I know it might be burning. I know you might be cursing my name right now, but keep going. You can curse my name as long as you don't quit. If you quit, then you cannot. Woo! We got this! It is burning. I feel it. You feel it. We can do this. 2, 1. Woo! Guess what? You get to lose the band. If you had that chair next to you, make sure it's off to the side for our next move. Nobody trying to tell everybody all about somebody in my soul. All right. Grab whatever weights you're planning on using. You can go as heavy as you want. We are going to do alternating lunges. So you're going to step back, together, other leg, back, together. This is when we get to work both legs at one time. You can thank me later. So you don't have to do 3 sets on one leg and then 3 on the other. So I turn to the side here just so you can see how long of a stride I need you to have. I've seen it so often where people take way too narrow of a stride, and it won't maybe hurt today, but do that enough, you're gonna have a knee injury. Rest. That's the problem with these injuries. A lot of times it's improper form over time. All right. We are going to hold one side for 20, other side for 20. Here we go. Pick a side. I don't care what side. I will yell out 3, 2, 1, and then switch when we're ready. Sink it down as low as you can. Think of your lowest lunge ever. So your lowest lunge isn't up here. It's down here. 2, 1, switch. Hop right into it. Don't take your time getting reset up if you don't have to. If you're brand new and that's hard for you, then take your time. But we want to get the most bang for our buck. Take it down a little deeper. 2, 1, go ahead and rest. We're going to pulse. So that's going to be 3 pulses on one leg. Switch it out. 3 pulses on the other leg until that timer runs out. Woo! Get ready. We're about to rock this. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Yes. You are a freaking rock star. Remember, not by my strength, but by His. Don't depend only on your strength. Have faith that in these moments, when it gets tough and you're ready to give up, that the Lord will show up and help deliver you to the end. He cares about everything, even your workouts. And rest. Woo! All right. Grab that band one more time. Whew. It's going to go above the knee again. Whew. So this is going to be a squat with a step. So you're going to start on one side. Step 1, 2, 1, 2. If you want to do 3, 4, maybe you have a big room, that's okay. I'm going to do 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. I do recommend maybe just doing 1, 2, 1, 2. You know, one way, only because that way you're more likely to have an even amount both directions. All right, with this squat, those hips are back and down. If you want to add weights on your shoulder, maybe you don't have them right now, but you want to add them for the next round, you sure can. Double the resistance.
3, 2, 1.
And rest. Whew. I'll do the next one with weights.
3, 2, 1. Isometric.
All right. Hold it down. Step. So basically you're in slow motion. So in each spot, count to about 1, 2, and non-step. This is a full squat. So we're not just moving side to side, okay? We are squatting. And I want a full wide step. Get a full abduction in there.
3, 2, 1.
Rest. Whew. If you haven't guessed it yet, we're gonna add a little pulse. So you're gonna start in the center. 3, 2, 1. Step. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So 3, 2, 1. Step. 3, 2, 1. Step. Make sure when you're stepping that you're making sure your legs aren't super narrow in your squat. I still want those legs to be wider than hip distance. Woo!
3, 2, 1.
And rest. Woo! Because that was tough. You're awesome. All right. This next one, you have an option to add a little abduction to what we're doing, but I'm going to take it out. Grab your chair. We're going to do a hip bridge. And I'm going to be targeting your hand, your glutes here. So I want you to be heels pushing into the chair. All right. Sorry for the slow down. Your hips are off the mat. Down and up. Now, if I were to get that intensity, keep going. Weight here. That your hands are on the weights as well. Because when you hips up, give yourself a bloody nose. Otherwise, you could always alternate
3,
lifting legs up and rest. Round 2, isometric. If you want to do an isometric hold While lifting one up, I will shout out when it's 20 seconds and say switch. Or here, and if your leg is up, I will tell you when we hit 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1. I don't know if you can hear the words to the song, but I want you to hear it. God's not done with you, no matter what you've been through, no matter what sins you've done, committed. Rest. Option. Pulse for 20 seconds on one leg and the other, or just lift your hips up and pulse. Either way, you're pulsing those hips, whether one leg's up or not. I will tell you when we hit 20 seconds if you want to switch those legs out. Keep breathing here. I don't know who needs to hear this, but do not let shame rule your world. Do not compare yourself to others. No matter what you've done, God will always love you. He will always come back to you. And I forgot to tell you to switch, so if you haven't, switch now. Sorry about that. I closed my eyes. Rest. Sometimes when it gets really hard, I close my eyes. Not ideal when you're looking at a clock. All right, we're done with that chair, but grab your band again. This can also be done with a weight. If you don't have a band, I'll show you both ways. So the band's going to go above the knee. You're going to come into a tabletop. And you're going to lift that leg up and down. All right, get started. If you're going to use a weight, it just goes in the crook of your knee. Lift that leg up and down. So I'm doing this whole round, lifting my right leg. Just remember whatever leg you're using. So the next round, you can be sure to switch and not overwork one leg. You'd probably realize it really quick, so I don't think you really have to worry. I'm sure you can guess where fire hydrant got its name. And the rest. All right, next one is going to be that isometric hold. So you're going to hold it up and really get that fire hydrant good.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Woo! Now, depending on how heavy your band is, your leg might be higher or lower. This band is fairly heavy, so this is about as high as I can really lift this continuously. You're using a weight or a lighter band, and your leg's all the way up here. I know, I show it, so then I'm like, okay, well, really, you can be up higher than Sarah. Here we go. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo! I am a sweaty mess. Pulses are next. I know it's your favorite part. I saved it for last because it's the best, right? Here we go. Oh. Woo-hoo! Have a blast burning those buns. We're gonna have buns of steel after this. Who else had a collection of the steel videos? Buns of steel, thighs of steel, abs of steel. Just me. What can I say? I've been in the workout worthy videos since I was a kid. Well, teenager at least. Keep going. We're almost there. Don't. 2, 1, rest. Woo! All right. If you want to grab a quick drink, You can. You got 40 seconds. I know it's hard to stand up and grab things with the band around your legs, but keep it there because we're going to do the other side. Remember, this can also be a weight instead of a band. I just prefer the band because I've totally dropped the weight before. All right, go other side. Uh-oh. All right, keep going. Whew. I think my microphone's breaking up a little bit. Sorry, guys. Might have to get myself a new one. I think I need to just take better care of it. I started to throw it in the drawer after class.
3, 2, 1.
And wrist. All right, guys. We're going to do that isometric hold next. All right, isometric hold. Heavenly Father, we invite you into this workout. I pray that you help the technology work. Give us the strength when the moments get tough to fight through and remind us whose we are and what we're capable of. If better is possible, good is not enough. I need you to do your best. Fight through to whatever your best is. Rest. Whew. Remember, your best is not somebody else's best. Do your best. We got pulses next. Get ready.
3,
I know you're excited. I can feel it. Here we go. Keep pulsing for me. Woo-hoo! Pulsey, pulsey, pulse. You get a pulse. I get a pulse. She gets a pulse. Everyone gets to pulse. Woo-hoo-hoo! Make those legs jiggle a little. Woo! Here we go. Keep going.
three,
2, 1. Woo! All right. We are going to take the band off for the last one. We're using a pretty large range of motion. I don't like to use the band for that. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to stay on all fours just like we were. You're going to take that right leg out to the side. You're going to lift it up and over like you're drawing a big U or a rainbow in the air. Here we go. Breathe through it. I know your glutes are probably on fire and this does not feel good right now, but stick it out. It'll be worth it, I promise. No matter what your week's been like, no matter what your day was like, I want you to channel all that energy into this movement. Rest. All right, I want you to slow it down for this next round. So kind of imagine like you're going through hot fudge or mud. Just something that's going to slow that leg down.
isometric.
All right, here we go. Up and over. Slow it down as much as you can. works those muscles differently when they're forced to slow down like this. Might feel a little bit harder even. Woo! Come on. We're almost there. Rest. All right, for the last round, we're going to tap, tap, tap. So 3 taps. Lift it up and over. Tap, tap, tap. Okay? Here we go. Tap, 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 tap. Woo! It is so burning. Anybody else like really feeling the burn in that standing leg? I know this is tough. I know this is hard, but keep going, okay? We can do this. You can do this. Rest. Whew. All right, towel off. Grab a drink. We're going to do the other side. Does it sound any better, Lisa? All right, same thing, other side, okay? Go back to that start. Leg out to the side, left leg this time. Lift it up, tap it over. I want you to picture yourself drawing the prettiest rainbow for whoever you love most in your life. That you're drawing this upside down U or this rainbow with all the love you have, despite the soreness you might be feeling. Think of strength you're building. Rest. Woo! All right, get ready. We're going to slow it down. We're moving through molasses or whatever substance is going to slow that leg down. Make sure you're still getting that leg up nice and high. The real key is in that height. Woo-hoo. Keep going. You are doing amazing. Try to almost imagine there's a resistance to your leg going over. And rest. All right. 3 taps. Lift it over. 3 taps. Same thing as before. Whew. All right, get ready in that tabletop. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Woo-hoo! I know it's burning. I know you're ready to be done, but don't quit. Not yet, okay? And rest. All right, we're going into core next. So for this first move, I'm going to use a band on my legs, but you don't have to. I'll show you what we're going to do real quick. We're going to be doing a Superman, if you know what that is. So you're going to lay on your stomach. You're going to lift off the mat. You're going to open and close those legs. Here we go. If you want, you can just hold a Superman without opening and closing the legs. Maybe that bothers that pelvic bone because it's just like pushing against the ground. That's okay. Make it work for you. You won't hurt my feelings if you modify. Keep breathing. All right. You can leave that band there. It's not going to really affect what we do next. We're going to flip onto the side for a side plank. You can either be up on your wrist or down on your elbow. If you really still want a leg workout, you could bend one knee and lift it up and continue working those legs. Or maybe you want to focus more on the core, or maybe you're just feeling super extra. Up to you. Two, one. Flip it over. Other side. Whew. Same thing, other side. I'll show you those variations again. You can be up on that wrist or elbow. You can always drop a knee and keep working on those legs. Or just do a side plank. Keep breathing here. Three, two, one. Okay, come back. Laying on your chest. We're gonna lift those legs up in that Superman again. Option to extend those arms out as well, or if you're more focused on the legs, that's okay too. All right, get ready. 5 more seconds and then we're gonna go again. Here we go. So we've been doing a lot of abduction today. Your glutes are probably burning. If you want, you can be right here. You don't have to open and close those legs. You can hold them static. Go ahead and rest. Flip it over. We're going back into that side plank. Doesn't matter which side because we're going to do both. Here we go. I'm going to do a couple leg lifts on this side. Just because. Flip it over. Other side right away. Here we go. Again, maybe you want to drop a knee down. Whew. Band is like flopping around here. Keep going. And rest. All right, ditch the band. We're gonna do a prayer crunch. Here we go. Keep going. I don't wanna mess up the microphone any more than I already have. Here we go. So your hands are just clasped together like they're in prayer. Rest. Reverse that crunch the next time. The legs are gonna come up, hips up off the ground. Here we go. Make sure those hips leave the mat. You'll feel this in those lower abdominals. That's where the burn should be. Keep going for me. You're doing awesome. Go ahead and rest. All right, the last one's gonna be a V up, or you can take the modified, lifting the legs up and then lifting the hands to the legs. So full V up, or if you want to modify it, you can come here. Either one's fine. Keep going, keep going. Rest. All right, we're gonna stretch it out. Take those feet, bottoms of the feet together. Hinge it forward. Maybe pushing down on those legs with your elbows. If not, that's okay too. We're just kind of opening up those hips here. All right, take those legs straight out in front. Whew. Lift it up and hinge it forward. Whew. One of my abs is like, there we go. Was like freaking out. There we go. And you might not reach your feet all the way. You might just be reaching towards them. That's okay. I just want you to reach as far forward as you can and feel a stretch in those legs. All right, we're gonna lay flat down. Cross one leg over the other, lift the other leg up, reach through that little hole and pull back. You'll feel this in that glute hip area. Go ahead, switch. Other leg crosses over. Other leg comes up, reach through, Pull back on that thigh till you feel a stretch through that hip and glute. Let's go ahead here, take a deep breath in, and just sink deeply into the mat. Showing your body some gratitude for all it was able to accomplish. Thanking the Creator for giving you that body. Go ahead, release. Roll it on up. We're going to take one knee up, one knee down. Stretch out that hip flexor, push those hips forward. Should feel it right through here. If you want, you can reach that arm up and over.
DJ Tinashe on the mix. Mix it up.
Go ahead, release, other side. Push those hips forward, keeping that torso upright. If you want, again, you can reach that arm up and over. Go ahead, release. Come up to your feet. You can grab a hold of a wall or a chair. Pull on the tops of your feet. Keep that knee pointing straight down. Stretching out those quadriceps. I just want you guys to know you did an excellent job today. That was hard work. There were moments where I know I wanted to give up a little bit, but we didn't. We kept pushing through. And that's where that change happens. That's where those muscles grow. And make sure we're feeding those muscles what they need after we're done with our workouts. Go ahead, switch to the other side. I hope you one little shake today, if not a lot of little shakes. Because I know that I did. And I wasn't even shaking. Go ahead and release. All right, we're going to close in a quick prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for all that you do. Thank you for making us in your image. Thank you for giving this body, even if it doesn't feel right some days, even if we just don't like certain things. I pray that we would come to see our bodies more the way you see our bodies and see them in light of love and in the beauty of creation the way you created us. I ask this all in Jesus' name. Amen.